do you find these gems?
I just kind of look around. I mean, I've lived in town, midtown. I feel like I have this endless curiosity about Atlanta and about buildings and houses, and there's some things I found myself getting lost in that are almost like too many cupcakes or too much frosting. They just sort of they overwhelm the senses. When the USS Indianapolis went down in World War II and all those guys were eaten by sharks, there were two Southern boys who lived off Boulevard in one of those apartments. Their address was right off, over there by the former hospital. And I was just thinking, my mind goes, you're a kid, you're playing ball here in the South in the 1930s, and at some point you're going to wind up in the belly of a shark in 1945 somewhere in the Atlantic or in the Pacific. And it's stories like that that are crazy to me, that are so easily found here. When there was a USS submarine that was found 3 or 4 years ago at 45,000 feet. There are a couple of Atlanta kids, and their relatives are still running around. The address where he grew up is in the lower, in the 4th Ward.
But how did you find out about the people who were in that?
Well, I went immediately after I saw that they had recovered the ship. I had seen it on a CBS report earlier in the day. I just went to the manifest of the United States Navy online to see who was on that ship. And there was this Greek boy from Atlanta who lived in Midtown, and his relatives are still hovering around.
Wow.
Yeah, and they still mourn him. Yeah, it was great. It was not great, but it's great from the sense of, it's cool to be able to resurrect his memory in a way that those who are living still recall him with great affinity, and those who never knew him can understand his sacrifice for not only us, but for the country.